Alright, this is Nick with Atlantic Laser Scanning Services. We're going to take a quick look here at registering a scan project, and we're not going to be taking the targets into account. We're going to go through the main scans folder, right click to Operations, Registration, and Place Scans. We've got a toggle button up here that's going to give us three options. We are going to start off with the top view based registration option. And see what now that the registration has been completed, it's saying that we've got an error code and we've got a red light. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got here. We've got a cluster. This cluster means that these two scans have come together. Outside of the cluster means we've got three scans that have not. Let's take a look here at our first cluster. Go into a correspondence view. So yes, we want the scans loaded. Alright, it looks as though the scans themselves may be in the correct location. We've got some different features out here that we can grab a hold of. Just looks like we may be kind of a long ways between scans. We're going to go ahead and we're going to run another update here. This is another way to register. We're going to go inside the cluster, go to the scan manager, hit update scans. Instead of top view, we're going to try cloud to cloud, see what we've got. The scan manager has now told us we have all green lights. Like I said, it looked like they were set up about the right location when we checked on our correspondence view last. So we're going to check our tensions themselves here. It looks like we're at about 5.9 millimeters. We can always run that cloud to cloud again and see if we can get that any better. But right now, let's go up here and lock this cluster. Close that up. And then let's take a look here at what we've got left. We've got 0, 3, and 4. Let's go ahead and just take a look. If we look at the overall project here from the main scans folder, go into correspondence view, let's just see where these scans actually, what they look like, and if we can drag them into close spots. The main thing when you're dealing with cloud-to-cloud registration or any registration without targets is there's a chance that you may have to manually drag the scans to where approximately where they should be, and upon doing that, when you run the registration, a lot of times that's all it's going to take, and it'll go ahead and pop into place for you. So let's take a look here. We can see some buildings or anything that are similar. Alright, I think the best thing to do in this project is we'll go ahead and unlock the cluster. We've got scans 1 and 2, and we're going to go ahead and drag the scan 0 into that cluster and take a look at how close we are. One of the ways we can do this is we can open up this button on top with a 1 and a 2. It's going to give us a split screen. I can actually drag a couple of different scans in, set them next to each other, and just see where we are with the two scans. We're going to put 0 and we're going to put 1. Now we can take a look here. We've got a road, and scan number 1 does not look like it picked up any 2 and 3. They've got it. Alright, unfortunately we've got a project here that's not going to come together for us, and I will go ahead and quickly break down some of the reasons why. If we look at the two scans in the cluster here that did come together, I think you'll give a good example of why they did come together and why the other ones did not. Let's go ahead to the split screen. We'll click on that. Give ourselves an opportunity to look at two scans side by side. The two that came together were 1 and 2. Let's take a look at these two scans. Drag and drop. Now, as you can see, you've got some equipment. You've got a trailer house here. You've got a building with a car in front of it. By the computer, they're going to look at the point cloud from the top, and they're going to look, spinning them around to see if they can find the edges of these buildings. These edges will help put the two scans together. Now, let's take a look at, since they were done back to back, let's go ahead and look at 3 and 4 and see what we've got here. Here's scan number 3 and scan number 4. Now, I've got a chain link fence. I've got it here. Got a house. I can't see where that house, where that building is. There's absolutely no common points between the two scans, and I don't have any targets along the way either. You can see that target's quite a ways away, and so is that one, but neither of those targets is present in the next scan. So, in general, if these two scans were, say, down around this road, around the corner, in the future you would want to scan, say, every 50 to 75 feet, and this way you see in scan number 1 what was in scan number 2, scan number 2, and scan number 3. When you use targets, you're going to want to use 6 of these targets. Scan number 1, say, has 6 in it. You move to scan number 2, you're able to move 3 targets from scan number 1 forward into scan number 2, and 3 targets in the first scan, scan number 1, have to stay where they are. In doing this, scan number 1 goes with scan number 2, scan number 2 with scan number 3, and scan number 3 with 4. The computer does not care where scan number 1 is if you're using targets. It's only if you're on number 3. It's 1 with 2, 2 with 3, and 3 with 4.